I'm not from around these parts. The closest to a cowboy hat that I could find in my house. Red Dead Redemption. This game made me cry. Seriously, more on that in a minute. This is a game that I never played when it first released in 2010. It fit right into that sweet spot of me being too busy with my career and my son just being born. A perfect storm of busyness in my life. And then when Nintendo announced they're bringing it to the Nintendo Switch, I reckoned it was time to finally give it a shot. And I just completed the game. And here are my thoughts, partner. I have a soft spot for Western culture, Western films, Western novels. Larry McMurtry, one of my favorites. If you've never read Lonesome Dove or any of his other Western novels, you don't know what you're missing. The simplicity of the language, the small sentences with powerful characters, or Zane Grey, classic Western writer. I'm a sucker for these books. Heck, I even went to film school and studied film westerns that included their roots in Italian spaghetti western and Japanese samurai films. And you know, apart from the obvious Kurosawa films of Japan, one of my favorite films of all time is Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven. Heck, I even have the darn thing on Laserdisc.
You just shot an unarmed man.
Well, he should have harmed himself.
Yes, one of my favorite movies of all time. So I love Westerns. There's a simplicity and a beauty to the stories that must include beautiful backdrops and gorgeous sunsets. So I was fingers crossed hoping that my first Western video game would be a true representation of the art form and all of its dusty, dirty beauty. And boy, I was not disappointed. See, a great Western has to have a compelling story, and it's often incredibly simple, like, man killed my wife, and then I spend the whole movie out for revenge. Someone kidnaps my child, and then I spend the whole movie hunting them down until the final climactic scene. Famous killer is showing up at high noon to fight, and I'm the only one with the balls to fight him. That's it. Simple, straightforward, compelling when it's done correctly. Red Dead Redemption gave that to me. Is it perfect? Hell no, but it's damn close to perfection. I loved being tossed into a story about a man named John Marston with a deeply troubled past. Heck, the guy has slashes across his face, and we don't know why. And you're not likely to find out why either. And that's okay. It's part of the Western mystique. Mr. Marston has done a lot of bad things in his past that he's trying to atone for now by hunting down some of those people that he worked with years ago. You can choose two paths in this game. You can shoot everyone you meet and become a truly horrible outlaw with bounties on your head, or you can choose the path of fame and honor, helping out other people as you pass them by when you're riding your horse. And I felt like he had a troubled past, so I was going to help redeem John Marston's life if I could. So I chose the honorable path in the game. Now, I'm not a pixel snob, but man, this game looks great on the Nintendo Switch running at 30 frames a second. In fact, comparison videos that are out there show how much better it actually looks than the Xbox or the PS3 versions. And even though this game is nearly 15 years old, it looks stunning. I found myself just stopping the game to look around and take in the scenery. Often I wanted to do the side quests that included finding exotic flowers and hunting down outlaws, so I could just ride my horse through the countryside and just sort of gape at the beauty of this landscape. The nighttime scenes are beautiful. I love the sky full of stars and the moonlight and the detail during the sunny days when you're just riding your horse across the beautiful landscape. And wow, does this game look amazing on the Nintendo Switch OLED edition in handheld mode. I was traveling when I bought the game, so I played almost the whole game on the beautiful OLED screen. It's just gorgeous. Can we talk about the crazy characters and some of the voice acting in this game? They are fantastic.
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal.
Some of them are off-the-rocker crazy, which reminded me of one of my favorite Humphrey Bogart movies, Treasure of the Sierra Madre, a great Western if you've never seen it.
South the border, west of the Rockies. Shut your trap. Shut up, or I'll smash your head flat. Go ahead, throw it. If you did, you'd never leave this wilderness alive. Without me, you two would die here more miserable than rats.
The voice acting was Hollywood level, in my opinion. Even the dialogue bits where John Marston is riding alongside a character on a mission, right? You're riding on horseback across the landscape and you're having this back and forth dialogue, and John is yelling kind of bits of short dialogue at the other character, and I thought that was fantastic. I thought the sound engineering, you really made it feel like he was riding his horse out in the middle of the plains somewhere.
Because that ain't how the law works.
Is that right, Marshal?
And alive, he can still talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
I highly recommend playing this game with some headphones on. It's so damn immersive. Even for a 13-year-old game, you hear birds and coyotes in the distance, the twang of a guitar here and there, the sound of horse hooves and train whistles in the distance. Hoo-wee! So darn good. It was so good. And I just felt like I was in that world when I had headphones on. Can we talk about the music for a moment? Holy smokes. If you're a fan of Westerns from the 1960s, then you know the master of all masters, Ennio Morricone. From the Eastwood classics, the Dollar series as it's called, Fistful of Dollars, etc. Unbelievable music. Well, the producers for this game wanted to pay homage to that sound, and they hit a home run. So musicians Bill Elm and Woody Jackson got together, recorded over 14 hours of atmospheric music using banjos and harmonicas and guitars and jugs and trumpets, even ocarinas. Yeah, take that, Legend of Zelda and your Ocarina of Time. They're using ocarinas? Really? But then something special happens when you enter a battle scene or a boss fight. That bass line hits, and it hits hard. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The music is amazing, especially for those more dramatic moments in the game when that bass line hits. I could listen to this soundtrack over and over again. It's just beautiful. Now, I'm not going to ruin the story for you because it hits hard and you need to experience this game for yourself. But I'll just say, as a father of 3 kids, this story had me in tears at the end of the game. Now, even before the end of the game, you're a father who's trying to get back to your wife and son, and that's not a spoiler. We learn that right away in the game. And I think that's why it hits so hard for me, is that, look, he's a flawed man, John Marston, like all of us. We've all made mistakes in our past. We're all trying to do better every day we wake up. And as a father, we're every day hoping to be better dads or good dads, right? We're trying to do better than we did yesterday, being there for our sons, helping them become good men, teaching them about the world, right? Helping them to navigate this world, but also protecting them at the same time. This game had me thinking about being there for my own son, and it had a lot of heart. And when the credits ran, I was pretty emotional. It's a game about redemption and redeeming himself for his troubled past. Can he be the father and the husband that he longs to be, despite his outlaw past? So in my opinion, Red Dead Redemption is a masterpiece of a game, a 10 out of 10 game on the Nintendo Switch. And you get the DLC, the Undead Nightmare, bundled into the game as well when you buy it, so you're fighting zombies as well. I haven't played that part of it, but it's fantastic that it's bundled in there. Have you played the game? Do you plan on playing the game? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like these kinds of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. And we'll see you next time, everyone.